Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today. I want to welcome you to my office and my shop right here. And I'm out here on my cool season renovation from last year that's got 4 different mixes of seed in it. And here they are. I'm going to kind of take you through each one of them, tell you a little bit about each one individually. So let's talk about the in general things about grass seed. Number one, first and foremost, above all other things, grass seed requires watering. Yes, it is a little frustrating to go out there and spend all your hard time and preparation and working and buying quality grass seed and spraying it and putting it out, and then it doesn't get any water. I don't like spending money on things and not getting the result. And a crucial factor of getting result with grass seed is it must be watered. So number 2, different grass types do better in different growing conditions. You have grasses that grow in full sun, some that grow in shade, some that can grow in partial sun shade, some that prefer a hot climate, some that prefer a cool climate, some that won't tolerate a hot climate, some that will not tolerate a cool climate. That's kind of the purpose of this video, is I want to go through each single one of them and kind of give you my 2 cents on it. Is my grass seed blue tag certified? The answer is a big fat no. Basically, in a nutshell, okay, in the general discussion, if you buy a bag of grass seed and it has a blue tag on it, this is what that blue tag means. It means that the varieties of bluegrass and the varieties of fescue that are in this bag of cool blue are certified exactly the varieties that they are. Out in Oregon, where they grow this stuff, the majority of this cool season comes from out that way. This field right here would be a certified field, okay? And this field over here would not be a certified field. That field may be a Falcon variety, and this field may be a Falcon variety. They're both the exact same variety, it's just one's certified, one's not. If I wanted the certified variety, I would pay extra money to pay a gentleman to go out there and do all the things that he does, the double checking and triple checking, and then I'd pay another gentleman to check it after him. Okay, so that's more money I would have to put into the cost of the seed just to say, hey, that's a Falcon variety of grass seed, when the field right here beside it is a Falcon variety of grass seed. Hey, at the end of the day, if it's got a blue tag on it, that means that it's double checked and triple checked to make sure that exact variety is what is actually in the bag. And although the variety is important, okay, I don't want to dare undermine that. It is very important. I personally chose not to do it to keep costs down. I didn't want to pay that extra money. I've been dealing with these seed guys for years and years. They have always provided me a top quality product. So if they tell me, hey, there's Falcon in that bag, I believe them. I don't need a blue tag to prove it. So which one is right for me, right? Man, I get that question 100 times a day, right? So let's go ahead and talk about the heat wave right quick. And I'm going to set that to the side because I don't want you to get confused. Because if you get confused on that, you might not like what happens. Heat wave. This is Bermuda grass. Okay? It's Bermuda grass. Do not get confused with blue heat. Heat wave, I put it in red so that it sticks out like a sore thumb, different from all the other ones for a reason. Where Bermuda grass is going to do well at is where it's hot. In general, for you guys way up north that have a super short summer and a real long winter that's super cold, Bermuda is not for you. Now with that said, is there Bermuda grass up north? Well, of course it is. The stuff's everywhere. It's on the best yard I have, right? So in my opinion, Bermuda is not the optimum choice for a yard far north. So anywhere in the transition zone, that kind of stretch right across the middle of the country from there south, man, you're gonna be prime time for Bermuda. Now keep this in mind, Bermuda goes dormant, meaning it goes to sleep during the winter. When that frost comes, that Bermuda's going to turn paper sack brown. And then that Bermuda's going to wake up the following summer. That's kind of the transition with Bermuda that happens year after year. It's green during the summer, brown during the winter. Now some of you folks deep south, you don't get a lot of wintertime action. Your Bermuda may stay green year round. Bermuda grass is typically planted during the spring and early summer on up into midsummer of the year, totally and completely opposite of cool season turf. Now for rates and how much to use of each different type and all that kind of thing, all that information is going to be spelled out on the product page at gciturfacademy.com. And that way you can just go to the product page and it should have all the information you need to know right there. Now the next one is the GCI Turf Blue Heat. That's 100% Kentucky bluegrass. Now typically Kentucky blue is going to be grown in cooler conditions, okay? Now typically you'll find Kentucky bluegrass in northern climates, mountain type climates. But with that said, I showed you all of last year that Kentucky bluegrass will do just fine in the transition zone where it gets a little hotter as long as you take care of it right. I took the exact 3 varieties that are in this bag now and planted them at my house, and we watched them for an entire year. Now I said I grew this in the transition zone here at my home in North Carolina, and I did. I want you to know I had to water very aggressively during the summer to make that happen. I want you to know I had to water very aggressively during the summer to make that happen. I want you to know I had to water very aggressively during the summer to make that happen, but it happened. So Bermuda grass and Kentucky blue have one thing in common. You can cut them both really short. So with Kentucky bluegrass, you can also leave a little height on it and be just fine. This right here is the GCI Turf Cool Blue. It's a 85% turf type tall fescue, 15% Kentucky bluegrass. It is the exact identical fescue varieties that are in the all fescue mix, but it has a variety of bluegrass added in. Now because this is mostly fescue, you're going to want to cut this a little bit on the higher side, right? Bluegrass blends right in. We're going to look at all these real close here in a minute, but you've seen my yard over the past year, and that bluegrass gives off a little bit darker hue than the fescue does. So at a distance, that little bit of bluegrass mixed in with the fescue really makes the yard look much darker. Now as far as watering goes, the Cool Blue, I typically don't water it more because it has the Kentucky bluegrass in it. I just follow my basic fescue watering recommendations. Last but not least, this is kind of the one that started all this mess. This right here is my 100% turf type tall fescue. This does come in a 50-pound and a 25-pound bag. The 25-pound bag is just a generic bag. There's no logo on it. We're in the process right now of making a cool new turf type logo that'll go on the 50-pound and the 25-pound bag. Now, do I recommend a starter fertilizer with my grass seed? Well, absolutely. About 100% of the time, I'm going to always tell you that. Of course, you know we work with Carbon Earth Company, which has X-Start. We work with Green County Fertilizer, has Green Pop, and we work with Higher Bricks Fertilizer, who's soon to come out with their version of a starter fertilizer. All 3 of those have my utmost respect and my 100% recommendation because all 3 of them are extremely high quality products. Now in the past, when you went to gciturfacademy.com, when you went to buy a bag of tall fescue, you got redirected to Lawn and Pest. That's another website that we work with. You would check out there, right? Some of that's changed now. Now you'll actually check out on gciturfacademy.com when you buy grass seed. So if you go to gciturfacademy.com and you buy one 50-pound bag of Cool Blue and one 25-pound bag of Cool Blue, they might not show up at your doorstep the exact same day or time. Just to be clear on that, a different company ships the 50-pound bags and we ourselves ship the 25 and the 10-pound bags. Now this right here is the GCI Turf Tall Fescue. Now I'm just going to be completely honest with you. That's my baby. I'll always be a fescue boy at heart. No matter what you see me planting out here, no matter how good I tell you something looks, I'll always be a fescue guy. Now typical height of cut on this, especially if you live in a warmer climate, you're going to want to keep that at 3.5 to 4.5 inches. I'm telling you, 4.5 inches, if you got a mower that'll cut that high, May through August is champion for this turf type tall fescue right here. Now when we come over here to the cool blue, you're going to find that it looks identical to the turf type tall fescue, because it's the exact same 3 varieties that are in the fescue. The only difference is if you get down here real close, you will find the Kentucky bluegrass mixed in with the fescue. 85% fescue, 15% bluegrass. All the qualities and characteristics are pretty much the exact same as the fescue. Super soft to the touch. Man, that really looks good right there. And this right here is the Kentucky bluegrass blue heat. I showed you that all last year, that this turf right here will do just fine in a hot climate as long as it gets enough water. Remember, bluegrass does like a little bit more water than fescue. I want you to know, I had to water very aggressively during the summer to make that happen. Super soft to the touch, thin bladed turf. This does spread. Nowhere near as aggressive as Bermuda grass, but it will spread. That's one of the things that makes the cool blue back over there really cool, because it does have that little bit of bluegrass mixed in, and it can do some spreading and filling in. And this right here is the heat wave. No, I'm just kidding, it's not. This is the ryegrass that we'll be overseeding the heat wave with during the fall, to be able to keep that Bermuda green, or to be able to keep your yard green during the entire winter time. Man, that ryegrass is some kind of soft right there. This right here is barefoot walking grass, if I ever felt any. And look, again, on the product pages, I'm gonna have all the details about each seed on each product page, so you can check it out and kind of learn a little bit more in depth about them, what's in the bag, and all that kind of thing. It'd be very easy to become prideful of things you have, the money that you make, the grass seed that you have. But I've learned in life that if pride overtakes your relationship with Christ, that can be detrimental to you as a person. So with that said, I want to say thank you in humility for making this possible, because you guys showing me that you like this grass seed, the fescue, and buying it and put it in your yard, you guys have made it possible for me to create a whole line of seed. I refuse to let pride take over. I refuse to be a prideful person about anything I have, or any of this seed, or any of that stuff. But at the same time, I am very proud. I believe that being prideful and being proud of something is totally and completely different. I'm very proud to introduce this seed line to you. Me, my wife, the seed guys, some guys behind the scenes at GCI Turf Academy have worked extremely hard on this. And for somebody that started with a Toyota pickup truck, and I had to borrow my dad's trailer to go to work every day, to mow yards, and now I've got bags of grass seed and I'm showing to you on the camera. I think that's one of the greatest things I've ever done as far as being in this business. So from the bottom of my heart, I'm telling you, when I say that, I really mean it. GCI Turf wants to say thank you. Say, I appreciate you taking your time out of your day. I know your time's valuable, and you're spending it watching me on this video, and I thank you for that. Hey, thank you again for watching this video. I appreciate you, and I'll check you later.